So the saga continues. And I guess I'm at the stage of I have never felt more alone in a fight where I've had so much support, if that makes any sense at all. And what I what I mean by that is that even though my neighbors have been supportive of my signs and happy to see someone do it either they couldn't or knew they weren't supposed to, because again flags are bad in our HOA. And the more you know what, I'm just gonna do this, guys. Sorry. I'm sorry. Well, I'm sorry again. Fuck. Sorry, you guys. Um, there. Fuck. So the more information that comes to light, and the more I find out, and they these people are beating me down, and it's like middle school and high school adult version, you know? I moved to this county because I didn't want to put my kids into a conservative Catholic school like I was in, and forcing them to have to endure being that lone liberal, right? And so, yes, I moved to a conservative county with great schools in the hopes that because there was public school, that my kids would have a better shot at finding like-minded people. They wouldn't be surrounded by such a small number of kids that all hate you because you don't agree with their political views, and it's it. Which is why I've never hated anyone solely for being a Republican, right? I don't hate people for differing in their ideologies, because that again is what this country is supposed to be about. It's supposed to be about having a freedom and the right to have conflicting ideologies, but try to find a middle ground, right? And to not have to worry about like fines or jail time or even death for going against your country, for going against your country's ideology, right? We have the freedom to be able to say, no, I don't agree with that. And then to further that, we have an election system, right? Where we get to vote and we get to say, this is what I believe in. Like Biden, is he my number one choice as far as a Democratic president? No, no. But he said it perfectly at the debate. He said, "I am the party," and he's right. He's right. When you win that primary and you win that position to represent your side, you become the party because you become that president or that candidate. It's their platforms, right, that are going to represent that party's side for that if they win that 4 years, right? So Biden, he said it perfectly. He said, "Don, I am the party right now." But you just lost left. And so I'm going to stand behind my party, and I'm going to stand behind my candidate. And I'm going to do that for a number of reasons. One being, again, even though I might not agree with Biden 100% or 90%, he's on my page, as are most Democratic nominees. Number two, it has never been more important in the history of elections that I can think of. I seriously do not think in the history of elections that there's one that is going to be more important, while simultaneously being the most detrimental to our nation, regardless of who wins. It's sad. It's sad to see something that you do want to be proud of and you do want to see succeed, flushed away by some, let's face it, some reality show fucking con man. Who gives a shit, right? And if this causes, let's say this causes the next civil war, right? And it won't be the North versus the South this time. It's going to be the fucking left versus the right. But this time, I don't think other countries are just going to be like, they'll either do one of two things. They will either be like, fuck 'em, let Americans just kill themselves. Like, let's let them just kill each other off, right? In which case, I'm going to be screwed because that whole Second Amendment nonsense, it's not nonsense, but that whole Second Amendment shit, I don't own a gun. It's not because I don't believe that people should have the right to own a gun. It's just that I don't think that I need one as of right now, although the thought of getting one is becoming, it's becoming more and more like a possible necessity at this point. Shit. I'm scared. I'm scared. And it's because the deaths to which this whole shit goes is mind blowing, right? It's fucking mind blowing. So I'm going to try to sum this up really quickly. I'm going to try to sum it up with this last cigarette because I'm going to go to bed because I have had. I mean, you want to talk about someone who just can't catch a break, right? You know how much good I put out, and I seriously put it out, and I'm one of those people where I don't expect anything in return, but at the same time, when I watch people that I help piss on me and then get rewarded for it, and then I get villainized for it, I do wonder why nothing ever does come back my way. But sum it up with this last cigarette, and then so as I told you, the HOA, the president gave us a courtesy call to inform us that they had voted unanimously and that they don't have to give us the written notice, and fines are going to start immediately. So tomorrow, I'm going to start getting fined $150 a day. I have asked D.R. Horton, my management company, for a formal appeal. And I've done so for a number of reasons. I'm going to start with the fact that I, as a homeowner and not a board member, I don't find it necessary to memorize the HOA rule book. I also, as a homeowner in a county where I stick out like a sore fucking thumb and where I know I am not liked and I am probably not really even welcome, I stick to myself. I don't bother anybody. I mean, 9 times out of 10, I don't even go check my own fucking mail. Okay? I get headphones in at my front yard. And I let Bond and Burnett Barbie do the thing. And I know what they say about me behind. Like, I know what they're saying about me behind my back. But fucking, people have been saying shit like that behind my back to my face for my entire life. So I suck it up, and I stick to myself, and I don't make noise, and I don't disrupt their days, and I just mind my business, because again, I know that I'm not welcome anyway, right? I'm trash to these people. Like, that's what they look at me as. And again, I am used to that, because unless you really take the time to get to know me and to talk to me and to break beyond whatever screams to society, because it's not just like my hair or my tattoos, because I've been dealing with this since I was a blonde and no tattoos, and something about me though just screams trashy and ignorant and stupid. And it always has. And so there are parts of me that embrace that. And then there are other parts of me I wonder what it is. Why? Why do people just assume, no matter how I look, that I am unintelligent and that and that I'm just poor white trash? Like, I don't know. Yeah, that's what they think of me. They think that I'm just white trash. And I know that they have to think that I'm dumb. And I'm not. I'm actually a I'm actually a very intelligent person. I'm, I might not always use it, but I am very well educated and I have a very extensive vocabulary, and I I don't know how to say it other than I'm smart. And I I enjoy not only learning things, but ensuring the things that I've learned stay in me. I, I, I'm the type of person where I don't Google an answer if I can't come up with it in 30 seconds. Matter of fact, I won't use Google to find the answer to a question unless I have not been able to come up with it for 2 full days. I refuse. I refuse to just allow a machine to think for me and be my memory. So, things like that. It's not like I try to brag about it or boast about it or anything like that. I just garden and I try to keep these bitches happy as much as I can, you know? With my fucking siding that fell off my house, even though my house was only 5 years old and the siding shouldn't be falling down anyway. But I couldn't paint it just the right way. So my fucking neighbors across the street, oh my god, at a certain hour of the day when the sunlight hits it just so you can see that. So fucking petty. And to want me to have to either get up there myself and redo it, because they saw me do it the first time, or to again pay somebody money that I don't have to keep paying for shit that shouldn't be breaking in the first place. To go up there and paint it to their satisfaction, you know? Like, give me a fucking break. When you go to sell your house, let me know. And I'll hire the best fucking siding painters that you know of. But come the fuck on, dude. Give me a fucking break. Please. It is not like my one piece of siding has dropped your fucking property values by like $15,000, okay? Like, let's let it go. So, here's what I have found out, and then I'm going to wrap it up. I'm going to light my cigarette. Told you. Sorry. So I found out that, again, I've emailed the president of the HOA, and I told her this. I said, look, I don't have these guidelines memorized, but I live right across the street from a board member, and I know that yes, signage is technically against the covenant, so we're not allowed to have signs in our yard. But I'm also aware that in many HOAs there are bylaws, meaning Halloween. You can put your scary stuff up, and Christmas. You can put your Christmassy stuff up and whatnot. And many HOAs have a bylaw that states during election season that you're allowed your political signs. No, I don't. I did not read the bylaws. I didn't read any of it. Okay, because again, I live right across the street from a board member, so I watched for a month his political signs on his home, and I made the assumption that that was the bylaw, was that during election season, you're allowed to have political signage. What I did not know was that for that entire time before I put my one flag up, that that Stephanie, the president of the HOA, was receiving numerous complaints about my neighbors breaking the rules, I guess, and their sign content. They found it uncomfortable. To which Stephanie just ignored it. Apparently, some of my neighbors also threatened to sue the HOA as an organization because my neighbor was, again, breaking their own rules, and nobody was doing. They were not suffering any kind of consequence or penalty or anything. They were just apparently people were complaining, and Stephanie just said, "Well, I'm pro-Trump and they pro-Trump, and we the HOA, so we can do whatever we want to do." And I didn't know that. And so when she told us that there were lawsuits, that people were threatening to sue the HOA over these signs, she implied that they were over, I guess, both signs. I mean, I don't think she specifically said they were mine alone. But she did say that the HOA was threatened, that homeowners, neighbors were threatening to sue the organization, and that if they had to pay out litigation, that they could then come to me and demand that I pay whatever they had to pay. So, homeowner sues HOA for my signs. HOA pays homeowner litigation. Then HOA sues me, essentially, for whatever the amount was. To which I'm going, well, why the fuck would they be threatening to sue you over my signs? Like, if you address it and you say, hey, you know, we've sent notification, you know, blah blah blah, then your part's done. There is no need for a lawsuit against you. If anything, if they find my signs offensive, they could have talked to me, or they can sue me personally, sue me directly. And then everything started coming together. They were getting the threats of the lawsuit before I even hung my first sign. Before my first sign ever went up, They were already threatened. They were already being threatened to be sued as an organization. Then, when my neighbors lost uh, the that was Stephanie's opening to actually act like the president of the HOA and act like she's unbiased and oh no, even though I'm not gonna say which political side I believe in, but I'm gonna make both parties take their signage down. That's not unbiased because again, you've had complaints for over a month that you ignored. You had threats of a lawsuit, and then you got lucky that the Liberal put a sign up. And that's all it took. It took me to put one sign up and then have my neighbor Kelly go bonkers because I put one flag up, and I became the perfect scapegoat. I became the perfect person to say, hey, all this is going to come back on you if you don't take your signs down. Which didn't. I haven't. Again, like I said, I filed an appeal because this shit's some shady, backhanded schoolyard bullying, and I'm not. I'm not going to take it lying down. They can keep that fucking calculator going. Again, it's $150. $150 until I get to actually see, the fucking, whatever the appeal fucking process is. And, yeah, go from there. But, this girl spent, and, and then she also told us that, again, she kept saying her call was just a courtesy call. Just a courtesy call. It's just courtesy. I don't have to do this. And then she informed us that she was going to call every homeowner today. This was last night. She was going to call every homeowner today and tell each and every homeowner individually that they had to have their flags. If they had any flags, they had to come in. To which I also found out that while she was making these phone calls in a presidential role, her role as president of the HOA. So essentially, hi, this is Stephanie, your HOA president, and I was just calling to let you know that all signs are prohibited, and we must take them. If you have any, you must take them off your property right now. And also, we just want you to know that the issue between address number 1 and address red address and blue address has been, we have spoken with them and we have taken action. And also, did you know that Blue House are a bunch of potheads? And they're lucky that I haven't called the cops on them. I haven't turned them in. Hey, how the fuck do you know Stephanie? You don't know me. You have not once tried to come over. You haven't hung out. And what the fuck does that have to do with anything, with these signs? Besides, again, trying to slander my name to my neighbors who I fucking hide from anyway. So, we'll see. But I just had to vent to my YouTube channel of 0 subscribers. Which I mean, I don't give a shit about that either. I don't. I just need an outlet, and I need somewhere to put it where if you stumble across it, you know what I'm saying? Maybe to find someone in this fucking god awful place to just give a shit. Just give a shit. And say, you know what? No matter your fucking political beliefs, you shouldn't have to go through this. That's all I really, I don't care about the subscribe. You don't have to like it. You don't have to fucking, nothing. Just one person. One person to tell me you're not alone. You're not worthless. You're not trash. You're not hated. I guess that's all I really am looking for. It's just one person to show a little bit of compassion, a little bit of fucking sympathy and human decency, and say somebody cares. It's just, let's say hi. It's my it's my YouTube channel of no subscribers. So if you would like to,
No, I thought you were upstairs. Hi.
anyway, thanks for, if you happen to catch this on just perusing YouTube.